What does Elon think of his father?
He doesn't speak to his father anymore, of course, and it's a very brutal relationship.
My name is Errol Graham Musk. I'm Elon's father.
I do know that you were bullied at school and had a difficult...
I was almost beaten to death, if you'd call that bullying.
Story time, I found out about the existence of my half-brother through reddit.com/r/RuPaul's Drag Race.
So a quick refresher of our Elon Musk family tree. So Elon and Grimes have got 3 children together. They have ex-Ash, 11, and then they have ex-Dark Side Rail and Techno.
Do you think Elon is a good dad?
No, he hasn't been a good dad. The first child was too much with nannies.
You had a kid with your ex-wife's daughter, who you kind of raised. How did your family react when they found out?
Wow, if I had a nickel for every time I was doomed by a puppet, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? Isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Elon Musk, billionaire entrepreneur and one of the most influential figures in the world, is often celebrated as a genius innovator that has pushed the boundary of technology, space exploration, and artificial intelligence.
So I've been thinking about AI for a long time, since I was in college, really. It was one of the things the sort of 4 or 5 things I thought would really affect the future dramatically.
He is admired for his bold vision of the future, from making humanity a multiplanetary species with SpaceX to revolutionizing transportation with Tesla. His supporters see him as this modern-day Tony Stark. They see him as someone who is brilliant, eccentric, and fearless.
Let's show the glass demo. So first, this is regular glass. This is like normal glass, car glass. I want to show you what happens with normal car glass. Now I'll show you Tesla Armor Glass. Yeah. Yeah, so still doing it, I guess. Franz, could you try to break this glass, please? Yeah. Sure? Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
Should we try on the board?
Sorry? Okay. It didn't go through. That's a plus side.
Let's try the right.
Try that one, really? Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Oh, man.
It didn't go through. All right.
Kind of pain on.
However, behind this larger-than-life persona and the carefully cultivated image of this tech messiah just lies a personal life that has been riddled with contradictions, failures, and moral blind spots. Despite positioning himself as a champion of conservative values, free speech, and strong leadership, Elon Musk's personal choices tells a very different story. It tells a story of fractured relationships, absent parenting, and impulsive decision-making that raises serious ethical concerns. Elon has fathered at least 11 children with multiple women, and his approach to family life is far from conventional. While he speaks of the importance of population growth and claims to be concerned about the declining birth rate, his own relationship with his own children are notably strained. His transgender daughter, for example, has publicly distanced herself from him. She's gone ahead to legally change her name just to sever ties with him entirely.
Elon Musk's daughter has spoken of how she no longer wants to be related to her biological father. Elon Musk's transgender daughter, who is now 18, has officially applied to change her name and gender. She says, quote, she no longer wants to be related to her biological father in any shape or form. Musk's daughter has been asked to be recognised as Vivian Jenner Wilson, taking the name of her mum, Justine Wilson, instead of the former Xavier Alexander Musk. And then a shout out to TMZ for finding out Elon Musk's tweets from 2020. TMZ have dug out Elon Musk's tweets from 2020, where he says that pronouns suck and pronouns are a nightmare. Elon and Vivian have never spoken publicly about their relationship before, and Elon is yet to comment on this situation.
Meanwhile, many of his children are growing up in vastly different circumstances, raised by different mothers, while Elon Musk himself is often too preoccupied with his business ventures to be a present father.
Allegedly. The lawyer lady up there in the booth is telling me to say allegedly, but if you go on TMZ.com, you'll see the video footage.
His personal life stands in stark contrast to the ideals of responsibility and stability that he often claims to support. The reality is that Elon Musk, despite his intelligence and business acumen, exhibits a pattern of behavior that echoes the very societal problem that he claims to criticize: absentee fatherhood, broken home, and reckless decision making. If he were an ordinary man, particularly a black man, the narrative surrounding his personal life would likely be far less forgiving. Instead, Elon Musk is largely shielded from harsh scrutiny because of his wealth, his influence, and the selective moral outrage of this society. I literally almost cursed. But perhaps what is even more unsettling than Elon Musk's personal contradiction is the deeply troubling history of his father, Errol Musk. Errol, is it Errol? Errol? I don't care. Errol's actions are not just controversial, they are morally indefensible. They are disgusting, and I'm like, I still can't even get over literally this news. Anyways, he fathered children with his own stepdaughter, a woman that he raised from childhood. What the actual fuck? What in the Alabama is going on? Alabama Mondays. It's so funny because I'm actually recording this on Monday. Alabama Mondays. Lazy, give it to me.
Alabama Mondays. On a Saturday.
Exactly. This revelation paints a deeply disturbing picture of the environment in which Elon Musk was raised. Errol Musk has been accused of so many questionable behaviors, and by Elon Musk's own admission, Elon Musk has come out to say that his father is a terrible human being. He's even called his dad evil. Anyways, despite this, Elon Musk rarely speaks in depth about his father's misconduct in a way that acknowledges its full gravity. Instead, he selectively distances himself while still maintaining some level of contact with him. This raises the question, how much of Errol's worldview and behavior was influenced by Elon's own approach to life, morality, and also relationships? The stark contrast between the way society treats men like Elon and the way that it vilifies black men in similar or even less extreme situations exposes a glaring double standard. Black men who father children with multiple women are often stereotyped as irresponsible and are harshly judged. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is still celebrated as this visionary leader despite displaying the same, if not worse, patterns of behavior. His wealth and status just allows him to escape the same scrutiny that would destroy the reputation of an average man, especially a man of color. Because I'm saying this does not take black men off the hook. Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell y'all something. Creating broken homes intentionally is a no for me, okay? Despite your race, your tribe, wherever, your color of your skin, it's a no for me, because you can have enough money in the world, but if you still create broken homes, your money means shit. Just like Elon Musk, he's the richest man in the world, but his daughter was bold enough to literally change her name, because at the end of the day, when it comes to these children, money doesn't matter. Anyways, ultimately, Elon Musk's life serves as a case study in how society selectively applies moral outrage while his contribution to technology and innovations are undeniable, his personal choices reveals a level of hypocrisy that cannot be ignored. The public may be captivated by his ambitious plans for Mars, AI, and electric vehicles, but the reality is that on Earth, in his own personal life, Elon Musk is far from the responsible leader that he claims to be. That being said, let me introduce myself. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Joe, and hi, welcome. On this channel, I speak about whatever I want to speak about, whether they're trendy or not. I give deep dives, commentary, documentary, literally anything that piques my interest, I speak about it. So if you want to see me next time, preferably next week, kindly click on the subscribe button, share this video if you care, and thank you so much because I really do appreciate and love each and every one of you. But that being said, let's get straight into this video. So let's start with Elon Musk's early life and his rise to fame. Elon Musk was born on the 28th of June 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa, into a household that was both privileged and deeply dysfunctional. His father, Errol Musk, was an engineer and also a businessman, while his mom, May Musk, built a career as a model and also a dietitian. Though Elon Musk grew up in relative wealth, his childhood was far from idyllic. Basically, his father was this domineering and emotional, abusive figure, someone that Elon Musk himself has described as evil. Despite the financial comfort of his early years, the emotional toll of living with Errol Musk just left a lasting scar on Elon Musk. Elon, he was this introverted child who found solace in books and computers, and he often retreated into his own world. His intelligence was evident early on, and at just 12 years old, he developed and sold a video game named Blaster, and this hinted at the entrepreneurial drive that would later define his career. However, his school years were also marked by severe bullying, which further fueled his desire to escape South Africa and seek a new life somewhere else.
I do know that you were bullied at school and had a
I was
difficult...
almost beaten to death, if you'd call that bullied.
He was shy and awkward at school. Elon didn't have many friends.
Pupils at Elon's school saw him as strange, and he was systematically bullied for years. A gang beat up his best friend, making him agree never to hang around with Elon. On one occasion, Elon was pushed down a flight of stairs and beaten violently, leaving him in hospital for weeks.
Honestly, I get very impressed when I'm doing all these deep dives and I see how parents, this is the only grace I'm going to give Elon, and I see how parents literally invest in their child and in their children to make sure that they make use of their imagination and things like that. I wish my dad did that. My dad is a very present father. Even till now, he's very, very present. But the thing is, my dad is all about books. So if you have vision for art and all those things, is at your own discretion. I don't think he'll really invest in it like that, because honestly, when I was a child, I wanted to be an actress. I remember in my first year in secondary school, the yearbook, I wrote I wanted to be an actress, and my parents called me down. They were like, that is not a real career, go and pick a real career, literally. And this is me with a master's in HR, and I'm not doing anything in relation to HR. Sometimes I just wish that my parents really invested in the artistic side of me. I'm a good writer, but I literally discovered that I could write. I wrote my very first book when I was 14 or 15 called The Crystal Ball, and I literally discovered that I could write poems that. I am a poet in 2021. That's when I discovered how much I could write poems. I discovered that I could do a little bit of painting in 2022. So literally, I wish that this was invested in me. Does that make sense? But yeah, so when it comes to this, I'm always very proud to see how parents just invest in their children and also invest in the artistic side of their child, not necessarily just books, because that's all my dad always be like, books. I was only very good in art subject, but I think my parents did not say it that way. They were like, you have to be good in math and science, in which I wasn't good. The only science I was good in was physics, and that's because the teacher taught in a very interesting way that made me remember, because I'm a visionary learner. So it just makes me happy when I see parents like investing in the other side of their children, because most times those children, they come out to be something better. Anyways, that's just the rant and the vent I just had to pull out, because I was like, oh, I wish my dad was like that. He was just books, and there's just so much books. I was not like a book person because I have my own way of learning. But anyways, rant over. Anyways, in 1995, Elon Musk moved to the United States, and when he moved to the United States, he had big dreams and little patience for traditional education. Literally, that's me. I don't have patience for traditional education. I just feel like I had it. I just feel like I had to go to school because of my dad. I had to do well, in which in school I was literally an average person. I remember when I had 10th position in class, my parents were so proud and happy for me. Yeah, it was really that bad. I have no cause for traditional education. I do not like it, but then again, it is what it is. Anyways, he briefly attended Stanford University, but after 2 days, he dropped out because he was convinced that launching a startup was a better use of time. At the end of the day, this gamble paid off, and his company, this was his first company, Zip2, he provided online business directory, and he actually sold that company for $307 million, and he made Elon Musk a multi-millionaire before he even reached the age of 30. Not long after that, he co-founded X.com, and X.com was an online banking service that would eventually evolve into PayPal. So at the end of the day, PayPal was later purchased by eBay for $1.5 billion in 2002, and Elon Musk's fortune and influence just skyrocketed year after year, because this man just became a billionaire like that overnight. With newfound wealth, Elon Musk turned his attention to ambitious world-changing projects. He founded SpaceX in 2002 with the goal of making space travel more affordable and colonizing Mars. Yeah, this man, he's doing his bid in America at the moment. He's literally bigger than Donald Trump. He's trying to colonize America over again.
Allegedly.
And can you imagine, he's also planning to colonize Mars.
Allegedly.
Like, he is not satisfied with what he has on Earth. He wants to go to other planets. Yo, I can't make this shit up. Anyways, he took over Tesla in 2004, which, that's a story for another day, how he took over Tesla. He literally he actually made the co-founders of Tesla to be fired, and then he became the CEO, and he's been the CEO since then. So basically, he took over Tesla in 2004, and this helped to transform the struggling electric vehicle company into a global leader in the industry. So after he took over Tesla, he now made a technological advancement company called Neuralink, the Boring Company, and OpenAI. Yeah, so this was all fueled by his relentless pursuit of technological advancement.
Are you considering running in 28?
Well, there'd have to be a constitutional amendment for that. My grandfather was American, actually, but I was born, oddly enough, in Africa, which is a strange spawn point, so I cannot be president. But I actually don't want to be president. so to be clear, I want to build rockets and cars. I just love creating technologies that people find useful. And that's what I want to do with my time. I'll work hard on the Department of Government Efficiency. After that, I can not be in politics. That would be my hope.
Forget the presidency. He's aiming for something bigger, making the government actually work.
However, as Elon Musk's business empire expanded, so did his public persona. And this was one that was often as chaotic as it was compelling. He cultivated the image of a maverick visionary, someone who defied convention and played by his own rules. His supporters saw him as a fearless innovator, pushing humanity forward despite the odds. His critics, however, saw something else. They saw a man that was driven by ego, by power, and an insatiable need for control.
Elon Musk is obsessed with the fact that the birth rates in places like the United States and Europe are declining, and he doesn't think that the solution to that is to bring in migrants from places like Latin America to fill the declining birth rates. And some of the language around this and some of the concepts around this are not a million miles away from the Great Replacement Theory, which again is an obsession with the idea that the birth rates in Europe and the US are plummeting and we're all being replaced by immigrants. And he certainly has some of that going on in his head, even if he doesn't subscribe to the whole theory.
Everyone was a slave. Everyone.
Well, not everyone was a slave.
No, everyone was a slave.
Okay.
We are all descended from slaves. It's just a question of when. Was it more recent or less recent? That's it.
That doesn't mean a lot to a whole lot of people who aren't able to take advantage of the opportunities that you were able to take advantage of, simply because the color of your skin.
What advantages does the color of my skin give me?
There's an ease that you have in society that many people of color don't. And there's a legacy of racism that still continues on in this country.
If we keep talking about it nonstop, it will never go away.
In 2002, Elon Musk made one of the most controversial moves yet. He acquired Twitter, which is now rebranded as X. He just loves the name X. I don't know what is going on, but he loves the name X. Anyways, he acquired Twitter, which he now rebranded as X, and he acquired it for $44 billion. He framed the purchase as a fight for free speech, claiming that he wanted to create a digital town square where all voices could be heard. Yet, almost immediately, his actions contradicted his rhetoric, because under Elon Musk's leadership, Twitter became a platform for erratic policy changes, mass layoffs, and inconsistent moderation. While he reinstated previously banned right-wing figures, he also silenced journalists and critics who questioned his decisions, exposing the hypocrisy in his self-proclaimed commitment to free speech, allegedly. Despite his undeniable influence in the world of technology and innovation, Elon Musk's personal life is riddled with controversies. Relationships are often turbulent, his parenting are sporadic at its best, and his decision-making are frequently impulsive. While he presents himself as a disciplined thinker that is focused on solving humanity's greatest challenges, his actions, both in business and his personal life, reveal a far more complex and at times deeply flawed individual. So now let's talk about Elon Musk's many children and his alleged neglectful parenting. Elon Musk, who is someone that is known for his ambitious ventures in technology and space exploration, also has a personal life that is far from straightforward, particularly when it comes to his role as a father. As of 2025, Elon has fathered at least 13 children with multiple women, reflecting not only his personal choices, but also the complexity of his relationship. I guess I recorded too early because just 2 days ago it was announced that he's welcomed his 14th child. Allegedly, of course. His most well-known children are the one with Grimes. So Grimes is a musician. I love her song with Ashniko. And this includes their son, XAEA12. I don't know his full name. He just gave his son a whole mathematical equation and formula for us to learn how to pronounce. But anyway, this was later renamed to just X. Also, their daughter, Exadaxidrel. Don't blame me. I literally don't know who they've nicknamed Y. So basically, his two children by Grimes are known as X and Y. Find the equation. What is X? Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, however, his family tree extends further with other children from various partners, including twins with an executive from Neuralink, and even a secret set of children with other women. Perhaps one of the most striking aspects of Elon's parenting is his estranged relationship with his transgender daughter, Vivian Jenna Wilson, that we spoke about earlier on in this video. Vivian, she had to legally change her name to distance from Elon, making it clear that she wanted nothing to do with him.
Here's Vivian Jenna Wilson. I'm just going to come on here and say that I'm doing well. I'm doing fine, actually. And I am formulating a response and whatnot. It's being worked on. It's being worked on. Just hold your goddamn horses for 5 more seconds, okay? I promise it's getting worked on.
Custody battle between Elon Musk and Grimes is still going on, and now Elon Musk's daughter Vivian has publicly blasted him for illegally keeping their children from Grimes. So a quick refresher of our Elon Musk family tree. So Elon and Grimes have got 3 children together. They have X-Ash11, and then they have Exadark, and Techno. Literally only yesterday, Elon Musk was seen at the Paris Olympics with his son X. And then today, Elon Musk's estranged daughter Vivian posted, "Hello everyone, I'm going to forego my standard tone for this because this is important. As you may or may not know, Grimes is currently in a custody battle with Elon over their 3 children. What you probably don't know, however, is that Elon has been illegally and continuously keeping her children, away from their mother during the most important developmental period in a child's life. While Elon has been irresponsibly partying across the ocean in the very country he's spitting contemptuous poison about, Grimes' children are stuck in a house thousands of miles away without their mother. This is potentially irreversibly damaging to a child's psyche and is without question a despicable form of abuse. This is not the first time this has happened, and if nothing changes, likely not the last. Vivian's post came after Grimes' mum Sandy posted a series of posts literally begging Elon Musk to let her 93-year-old mother see their grandchildren. So this is Grimes' mum. She said that her 93-year-old mother yearns to see and hold Claire's children one last time. Claire is Grimes, especially the youngest, who she's not yet met. She was thrilled for the kids' planned visit to celebrate her birthday this weekend today, but those hopes were crushed when the trip was cancelled. She then said, "I'm alarmed to learn that the children cannot come as you are withholding them and their needed passport documents from Claire," who's Grimes. "It was even more troubling to see you and X on television at the Olympics in Paris yesterday after your DC trip earlier in the week. Where are the other children and with whom? They are scheduled to be with their mother. They were expected here in Canada. I write with a grandmother's plate asking you to honour your agreement, return the children and provide the documents they need to see their great-grandmother before she passes." And she ended the post by saying, "Please Elon, I beg you, this is so painful for my mother and concerning for the kids. Time is of the essence now." The fact that the only choice that she feels she has is to post all these posts publicly in the hope that he will see them and sort of come to his senses is heartbreaking.
Yo, can you all see? Like, your dad is the richest man in the world. It should be something where you should be proud of. It should be a title that be like, oh, my dad is the richest man in the world. I literally cannot lack anything. Do you know what it takes for the child of the richest man in the world to change her name so that she will not be associated with her dad because of how allegedly her dad is? Do you know what it takes for a child to be like, I don't want to associate myself with this man? You have to be the lowest of the low of the lowest of the bottom barrel for your child, knowing that you're the richest man in the world, to disassociate herself from you. Literally. Exactly. Vivian, she legally changed her name to distance herself from Elon because she made it clear that she wanted nothing to do with him. This decision just stemmed from Elon's public remarks, mocking gender pronouns and making transphobic comments, actions that has caused significant emotional harm to his daughter. For a man who publicly champions innovation and progress, Elon's disregard for his daughter's identity just stands in stark contrast to the ideals that he espouses. Elon's behavior as a father has drawn so many criticisms from so many people, including Grimes, his ex-partner. She has openly expressed frustration with Elon's lack of presence in their children's life. There have been reports where Grimes have desperately tried to reach him when their son was sick, only to be ignored. The fact that the mother of your children has to resort to tweeting at him in hopes of getting his attention speaks volume about his lack of involvement. If a mother is forced to publicly plead for her co-parent's attention, this paints a very troubling picture of Elon's priorities, because honestly, we don't know Grimes to be someone who would air her business on Twitter. But the fact that she has to resort to Twitter because allegedly you're not replying her, you're not messaging her back when she's trying to get your attention because one of your child is ill, the fact that Grimes has to resort to that just shows how much he prioritizes his family. And again, he's very busy about telling federal workers as if it's homework. What did you do today, this week? He's very busy sending email. What did you do this week at work? Meanwhile, your child is looking for your help and you have nothing to offer the child. You're not even answering your child.
Allegedly. The lawyer lady up there in the booth is telling me to say allegedly. But if you go on TMZ.com, you'll see the video footage.
Adding another layer to this controversy is the recent revelation about Elon's alleged 13th child, fathered with an OF model who also has rights to far-right politics. And she does not deserve, okay? She does not deserve to be named on my channel, okay? She doesn't deserve to be named on my channel. First of all, she's a grifter. All of a sudden, she does not deserve. She said the N-word. She's racist. She's non-feminist. Like, she has problem with women. That kind of person doesn't even deserve to have a name on my channel. I'm not going to give her any more fame than she is, even though obviously her platform is bigger than mine. My platform has integrity compared to hers.
They're hijacking our childhoods. I'm not sure why they're even calling it Snow White at this point. You're going to have no love story. You're changing the 7 dwarfs to 7 diverse magical beings. I think it's an absolute atrocity to hijack our childhoods in replace for this this facade of progress. And as you know, Disney's doing this just to be quote unquote progressive when they're the least progressive company out there. It's all a facade. As you know, they were kowtowing and loudly and obnoxiously complaining about Florida's Don't Say Gay bill while simultaneously cutting scenes about a man going on a date with another man for the release of Avengers Endgame in Russia.
Now, it's funny that she's upset about gay scenes and Disney pushing, the gay lifestyle, but yet and still, this is the woman who claims that she's conservative, and conservatives believe in, having marriage before a baby. And this woman has 2 children by 2 different men out of wedlock, but yet she's judging somebody else's relationship. Interesting. So now we're going to go ahead and look at some of her old tweets. So these tweets obviously didn't age well. So in this one, she says, Kamala can't help herself from bending over for a man to get ahead. This is the same hood rat who decided purposely to get pregnant by Elon Musk and be his 4th baby mama. She decided to bring baby number 13 into this world, but yet and still, she's clocking Kamala Harris's coochie miles when last time I checked, Kamala Harris don't have a bunch of bastard babies out here, honey. And these are y'all's words. This is how y'all talk to liberals. This is how y'all talk to black people. Y'all act like when black mothers are single parents, their baby mamas, their kids are bastards. Well, I'm going to speak to you in the same tone and manner that you speak to everybody else on X. Then she goes on to say in this tweet, the only person who can destroy this toxic wave of feminism is women. Bring back family values. Make monogamy great again. It's okay to want to be a stay-at-home wife or a mother. Stop thinking you need to do the same thing as men to be good enough. Femininity is beautiful, says the hood rat who has 2 children by 2 different men, okay, and who chose to have baby number 13. But yet and still, she sits on social media and preaches to young girls about how they should close their legs and be more feminine, and how, monogamy is great and you should be married and everything else. But she's not living that life because she's nothing more than a typical conservative grifter, okay? Let's keep it all the way a buck. So here goes another video of her a year ago. She was on Fox News, basically saying that women are picking Netflix over marriage.
Anyways, reports have suggested that Elon offered her a place to stay during the pregnancy, but ultimately left her to deal with the situation on her own. It's something that she's come out to say by herself. The model has since implied that the experience was far from what she experienced, highlighting the emotional and physical support that Elon failed to provide during a pivotal moment in her life. These examples just reflect a recurring theme in Elon Musk's life. While he may be this visionary in the tech world, his behavior as a father leaves much to be desired. Whether it's the emotional rejection of his trans daughter, ignoring the needs of his child with Grimes, or abandoning a woman during her pregnancy, Elon's action just suggests a pattern of neglect. Despite his immense wealth and public persona, he has often failed to prioritize the emotional well-being of his children, and honestly, this casts doubt on the authenticity of the family values that he sometimes projects, because let's not forget that this man is a member of the Conservative Party, and the Conservative Party, they're all about family life and whatever. But you cannot be preaching about family unity, this and that, when you're creating broken homes everywhere. Elon Musk, he may be revolutionizing industries and pushing the limits of human potential, but his personal life is messier and even more complicated, because behind this billionaire tech mogul lies a father whose choices and actions often fall short of the responsibilities that he should embrace. His personal life just raises important questions about the kind of person that he truly is, especially when the cameras are off and the business world is out of focus. So that leads us to the hypocrisy of Elon Musk's conservative persona. Elon Musk is a man whose technological innovations and business ventures have propelled him to global fame, and this has increasingly aligned himself with conservative politics. He often claims to support family values, yet his personal life just stands in stark contrast to the very ideals that he promotes. His actions, they reveal a glaring hypocrisy as they mirror the dysfunction and irresponsibility that conservative rhetoric frequently criticizes in others, particularly when it comes to marginalized community. While Elon publicly champions the concept of traditional families, his personal life just tells a different story. Instead of embodying the value that he espouses, he has left behind a trail of single mothers, strained relationships, and neglected children. His own family dynamics are far from traditional, as he has fathered 13 children with multiple women, creating a complicated web of family ties that doesn't align with the stable family unit that he publicly advocates. Elon's absence in the lives of his children just further contradicts the principles of commitment and responsibilities that he associates himself with. Elon, let's not forget that he has also associated with right-wing figures who are critical of single motherhood and the perceived breakdown of the traditional families. That reminds me when his 13th alleged baby mama was found, because she's the one who leaked her own tea saying that the tabloids wanted to release it. First of all, girl, nobody cares about it. Nobody gives that much fuck about it. Let's start from there. Anyway, she released it and people were like, oh, Elon's secret child. Fuck no, that is a fucking baby mama. She is a baby mama that has just created a broken home with someone that she thought she was going to live forever with, because she said she didn't think she was going to experience it this way. Here, his fifth baby mama also, either fourth or fifth baby mama. Did you think you were going to be different? Like, do you think you were going to be different? From what I can see, he has a favorite children.
We have to talk about Elon Musk's baby mama drama. Ashley Sinclair has filed a lawsuit for full custody of the child she alleges she shares with Elon Musk. She shared text messages between the two, as well as a photo of Elon holding the baby.
Social media users have really turned against Ashley St. Clair, painting Elon Musk as sort of the victim in this. I don't think Elon's the victim in this situation. He's had 12 children with other women, so they clearly have some sort of deal or an arrangement worked out. And it's come to light that Elon's had other texts between him and Ashley saying that they're going to create a next generation together and that he sees having more kids with her in his future.
His other baby mama, Siobhan, has been more vocal since all of this broke out. Elon Musk was wearing a shirt that said something like, "I'm not procrastinating, I'm doing side quests." And then Siobhan replied publicly on Twitter saying, "Oh, I got him that shirt." It's interesting given that some people have called him having a bunch of children side quests.
And I think his favorite children are the ones with Grimes, because he changed his child's name to X. His life is all about XXXXX, and just created a child that would just be among the number of children that he has. You're probably not going to be the last baby mama. So the tablets are like his secret child. No, that's not his secret child. That's his 13th child. He's had another baby mama and he's created another broken home. That's literally what it is. So anyways, as I was saying, Elon has associated with right-wing figures who are very critical of single motherhood and the perceived breakdown of the traditional family. These figures, these people in the conservative parties, they attack the very families that don't fit their ideal, all while Elon himself continues to father children with different women. His personal choices, like fathering multiple children or often absent from their lives, run counter to the conservative values that he claims to uphold. His alignment with other political figures or like people in the conservative party who often criticize similar behavior only highlights the hypocrisy of his own life. The double standard is glaring. If a black man had 13 children with different women, was accused of neglecting his fatherly duties, and exhibited a similar pattern of irresponsible behavior, he would likely face media vilification. Just imagine if it was Barack Obama that was doing what Elon Musk is doing. Imagine if it was Barack Obama. Let's just sit down for a moment and imagine if it was Barack Obama that had 13 children with different women. Let's just sit down and imagine. He would be criticized. years, he would be scrutinized, he would be impeached, he would be mocked, he would be regarded as a useless man, another black man that has created a broken home. But is Elon Musk, so it's fine? Oh, his secret child. No, you just created a fucking broken home. Exactly. Yo, what I did there was likely cringe. It just came out of nowhere. But anyways, imagine it was a black man. Society will condemn him for his actions. They will label him as irresponsible and morally questionable. But when Elon Musk does the exact same thing, he's often seen as this eccentric genius, too busy changing the world with his tech ventures to focus on his family. If you're too busy changing the world with your tech ventures to focus on your family, then you should be too busy to be having sex with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You shouldn't have time to be impregnating women. If you're really as busy as you say to focus on creating and changing the world, why are you busy having children? Let's be very, very honest. Why are you having children? His behavior, rather than being just criticized, is excused as part of his larger-than-life persona. Again, imagine if it was Barack Obama. Imagine if it was Barack Obama. This discrepancies reveals the deep privilege that Elon Musk holds. His wealth and his status allows him to escape the kind of public scrutiny that would be directed at someone within a marginalized community for similar behavior. It's a stark example of how race, class, and privilege just shapes the way society judges individuals and their actions. In the end, Elon Musk's adoption of conservative values and his chaotic personal life just serves as a clear contradiction. They expose the ways in which public figures, particularly those with wealth and power, are treated differently from the rest of the society. Elon's hypocrisy is a reflection of how those at the top often escape the consequences of their actions while perpetuating trends and ideals that they themselves fail to live by. So now that we've vented over Elon Musk, let's talk about Errol Musk. And this is a father that is even more disgusting than his son. At the end of the day, the apple doesn't really fall far from the tree, does it? Elon Musk's erratic behavior has long dominated headlines, but his father, Errol Musk, embodies a far more sinister reality. Errol's relationship with his former stepdaughter, Jana, this is the last name on the screen because I would not be able to pronounce it, is a grotesque example of familial betrayal, predatory exploitation, and the disturbing double standards that shield wealthy white men from accountability. Again,
Alabama Mondays on a Saturday.
Because what the actual fuck is this? Anyways, here I'm going to speak about the ethical, social, and cultural impact and implication of Errol's actions, and I'm also going to reveal how privilege and race shape society's reactions to familial abuse. Errol Musk's relationship with Jana, I can't pronounce the last name, began in 1990s when Jana was just 4 years old. And when she was 4, she became his stepdaughter through his marriage to her mother, Heidi. I can't pronounce the last name. Anyways, for over a decade, Errol has played the role of a father figure, only to exploit the dynamics later on in life.
And she stayed here for 3 weeks, and we got on very, very well, her and I. In fact, she was now a grown woman of just on 30.
How old were you at that time?
So I was 70.
So it's just 40 years difference, eh?
40 years difference.
Yeah, roughly.
When she came here for the 3 weeks, we spent a lot of time together, and we just got on terribly well. Then she left. A couple of months later, she called me and said she needs to see me. So she came, we sat out there, and she sat there and she showed me a mammogram. Or not a mammogram.
Oh, yeah. It's a scan to see the baby.
Scan, right. She said, I'm pregnant. I'm not sure what I said exactly, but I'm pretty sure not me. So she said, it is you. So I said, well, I didn't really believe that because that's standard story from women, you know. The results eventually came back when she was 4.5 months pregnant, that it is 99.9% my child.
After divorcing Heidi in 2010, Errol reconnected with Jana in 2014. He claims that he helped her get over a breakup which escalated into a romantic relationship. And by 2017, they had their first child, Elliot, followed by a daughter in 2019. Elon Musk reportedly learned of the second child via a Father's Day email from Errol in 2022. Yeah.
You had a kid with your ex-wife's daughter who you kind of raised. How did your family react when they found out?
Well, Kimmel said It happens because he just had a child with one of his waitresses.
Yeah. And Elon,
She's
how
now
did
12.
how did he feel?
Elon's not the sort of person who would even be interested. You know, he had so much woman problems of his own at that stage. So, you know, he didn't say anything. My daughters, though, Rose was living with me. She immediately said she wants to live in somewhere else. She doesn't live here anymore. It was me.
Yeah.
She was in the middle of the
Why
trip.
didn't she feel safe anymore?
No. That'd be ridiculous. That's so dumb. That's really a dumb question.
I thought that's what you were getting
It's
at.
a dumb question.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's the sort of question stupid people would ask.
Okay.
And I say that to you straight.
Thank
you.
you.
They don't ask stupid questions like that. But you're not stupid, I can see that.
Thank you.
Literally. This timeline just reflects a pattern of grooming and abuse of trust. I know people will be like, oh my God, but they just met when they reconnected when they were 30. You don't know what happened before the divorce. You don't know what happened. Why would she be comfortable to go to her former stepfather for consolation after she's gone through a breakup? When I go through a breakup, I go to my friends. When I was having a problem in my relationship, there was a time I asked my dad, I spoke to my dad, I was like, I'm having this problem in my relationship. And he just like gave me advice on everything. But most times when I'm having a relationship problem or if I break up with somebody, first person you go to would be your friends, not your ex-stepfather that literally divorced your mom for so many years, like for so many years. So in my own opinion, I believe that maybe they were doing things behind the scene. In my own opinion, I'm not saying this will happen, but in my own opinion, the fact that she was comfortable to come to her ex-stepfather, not even her own father, her ex-stepfather, not even her friends. And from there, they developed this relationship, like, yo, I can't get over it. They developed this relationship. Honestly, Errol transitioned from a paternal figure to a romantic partner, leveraging his position of authority to manipulate Jana. Honestly, I am cringing saying this. Like, I am cringing saying this. I'm cringing saying this. I have a stepmother, so it's literally like my brother dating my stepmom. That's how it is. I have a stepmom. I lost my mom when I was 14 and my dad remarried. It's a thing like my brother dating my stepmom. I would conk his head. I will reset his brain. Like, do you know how disgusting that is? Somebody that used to, in her own case, somebody that used to sleep with her mom. I don't care if it's step. There was this familial relationship at the end of the day. Anyways, that being said, the 30-year age gap and the familial history just creates a power imbalance that is inherently predatory. Errol's defense that he helped Jana ignores the ethical violation of exploiting a relationship forged during her childhood. His comparison of the situation to Woody Allen's marriage to his adoptive daughter further underscores his disregard for society norms. Rich people are so out of touch with reality. Like, someday just pick a book that is made by the common man and just read. Try to step into the lives of common men, because rich people, they're so out of touch that they lose their morals. So you're comparing what you did with Alan Woods marrying his adoptive daughter. That doesn't make it okay. Like, that does not make it okay. Like, I can't get over it. That does not make it okay. The fact that has been your daughter, like daughter, your child does not have to be related by blood. As far as you once called them your son or your daughter, you have no business choking your privates into their own privates. You have no business collecting bodily and intimate fluid and mixing it together. Like, what in the actual Alabama Monday is going on here? Like, yo, like, rich people are so out of touch with reality. Every time I'm like, no, maybe this or that. So out of touch. Like I said, his action, they exemplify predatory behavior, yet they have faced minimal legal or cultural repercussions. He dismisses societal expectations, stating, show me the rules for love and war. Show me the rules for love and war.
Well, yeah, there's a 42-year age difference between the two.
That's right. They say age is only a number. I don't know. They say I don't look 78. Anyway, I think I look 108.
Well, and a lot of people, they have a problem with this because when she was 4 years old, you were her stepfather, and then you go on to have children with her.
Well, yes, you know, I was her stepfather, but she had 3 stepfathers afterwards. You know, so I was a one-time stepfather. She had 3 stepfathers subsequently. So, you know, I'm not the current. But I mean, you know, all I say is show me the rules. I'd like to see the rules. Please show me the rules. I want to see the rules for love and war. And then if you show me, then I'll apologize. If you can't show me the rules, then don't talk to me. Show me the rules.
And he also downplays Jenna's upbringing, claiming that she mostly grew up away from the family. That does not make it okay. Like, literally, you once had sex with her mom. How does that make it okay? She grew up away from the family. And so freaking what? These defenses are so disingenuous. Even if Jenna spent some time outside the household, Errol's role as her stepfather inherently creates a fiduciary duty, a responsibility he exploited for personal gratification. And one thing I have noticed, despite all this, I've heard this sound, crook, 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 because nobody's saying anything. Nobody is saying anything. But imagine again, it was Barack Obama. Imagine it was Kamala that was having sexual relations with her stepson. Let's just imagine the whole world, every media tabloid is going to take it and it will be front page. But I'm seeing this guy, they're giving him a platform to explain himself. He started to lick his own tea. Like, it's just so funny. The lack of outrage that Errol has experienced contrasts sharply with how similar cases involving non-white families are being treated. When Black or Latino individuals engage in familial abuse, the response is often immediate condemnations, accusations of cultural dysfunction, and legal scrutiny. And I'm not here saying that it's okay if a Black person does it. It is not okay if a Black person does it. Like, literally, let me say once again, if despite your race, your color, whatever you look like, even though you're an alien, if you're very comfortable having sex with your child, because your child doesn't have to be related by blood, someone you once called a child, especially when you were sleeping with the mom, someone who once ran to you from school, be like, daddy, mommy, and then you're comfortable sleeping with them, you are a very disgusting person, and I would never understand how that literally makes any amount of sense. Disgusting. Anyways, like I was saying, Errol, however, benefits from a detached fascination with media people framing his action as unconventional rather than criminal. This disparity just highlights how wealth and whiteness insulates individuals from accountability, allowing them to evade the moral and legal consequences that are faced by marginalized communities. Elon Musk has publicly denounced his father, calling him a terrible human being and accusing him of almost every evil thing that you could possibly think of. Yet, Errol's action just remains normalized in broader cultural discourse. Media outlets, they often describe his relationship with Jenna as controversial or unusual, avoiding terms like predatory or abusive. This linguistic softening perpetuates a very dangerous narrative that wealthy white men can transgress ethical boundaries without facing meaningful consequences. Errol's history of controversy further underscores this pattern. He has even faced allegations of abuse from his ex-wife May Musk, that's Elon's mom. Maybe that's why Elon doesn't like him, who once claimed to have shot 3 intruders in self-defense without even getting any legal repercussions.
Elon Musk has said that his father, Errol Musk, was a terrible human being, and that he will plan evil. He has also said that his father was physically and emotionally abusive to him when he was a child. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Elon Musk said that his father was a horrible human being. Errol Musk has denied these allegations, saying that he was a loving and caring father. However, Elon Musk's siblings have also come forward to say that they were abused by their father. It is difficult to say for sure what happened between Elon Musk and his father. But it is clear that their relationship was very troubled. This has led some people to wonder how this relationship has affected Elon Musk's own personality and behavior. Elon Musk is a complex individual with a complicated past. His relationship with his father is just one of the many factors that have shaped him into the person he is today. Did you know that?
His provocative remarks, including blaming Elon for their first child's death, reveals a man who operates with impunity, shielded by his privilege.
Do you think Elon is a good dad?
No, he hasn't been a good dad. The first child was too much with nannies and died in the care of a nanny. Now, what I'm saying, if Elon hears this, he's going to shoot me or something. But anyway, that's what I think. That's no good. They were too rich, too many nannies, Then he had 5 children with the same woman, 5 sons, all brought up. Each one had its own nanny. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
When they got divorced, the nannies were 6 on this side and 6 on that side. So it was really a weird situation.
Just never really spent time with kids, eh?
No.
Errol's relationship with Jenna is a case study of how societal's double standards just protect the powerful. While his actions, they influence clear exploitations and abuse of trust, they are met with muted criticisms compared to similar cases that may involve marginalized people. This disparity reflects a broader cultural failure to hold wealthy men accountable, allowing them to weaponize their privilege just to avoid scrutiny. The normalization of Errol's behavior just shows the need for a more equitable approach to addressing familial abuse. True justice requires recognizing that predatory actions, regardless of race, wealth, or status, deserves condemnation. Until then, cases like Errol Musk will continue to expose the hypocrisy of a system that protects the powerful while vilifying the vulnerable. So now let's talk about the double standards in how society view white men who create broken homes compared to when someone from a marginalized community or a black family does it. Again, I'm not saying that anyone is right. Do not create broken homes, okay? The way Elon and his father has been treated in the media highlights a very glaring double standards in how society discusses broken homes and fatherhood. When black men father multiple children with different women, they are often labeled as deadbeats or irresponsible, with their actions being blamed for various societal issues such as poverty and family instability. The media and public opinion, they are very, very quick to paint these men as villains, emphasizing their failures and attributing them to larger cultural problems. I have a video on broken homes. I have a video on that, and I'm most looking for the black men, and I still stand by that video even though I got demonetized, and I still stand by that videos 100%. Stop popping out babies to losers. You can be rich and be a loser. Stop popping out babies to losers. I still stand by that video. Yes, I came mostly for black men because I'm a black person, and it just hurts when I see black people just literally dive into this stereotype that other races have put us in. Can we just beat that stereotype? Can we just stand and who we want to be and make these other races very, very surprised? Because when somebody is trying to better their life, they put them or they name them an Oreo. I have been called an Oreo like a few times, and I really do not care if somebody wanting to better their life is what will classify them as Oreo. Then maybe I'm an Oreo. Honestly, maybe I'm an Oreo. But anyways, I still stand by that video. But what am I saying? When it comes to Elon Musk and his father, they exemplify and they engage in similar behavior. They father children with multiple women, and it's treated as something that's eccentric or a byproduct of their larger-than-life persona. Instead of being vilified, Elon's actions are often glossed over as part of this unconventional lifestyle or a result of him being a genius that is so focused on changing the world to worry about traditional family dynamics. The stark contrast in how these situations are treated just reveals a deep-seated racial biases that permeate how we view family structures and parental responsibility. These double standards just extends to the broader issue of fatherhood. Black fathers, despite studies showing high levels of involvement in their children's lives, are still too portrayed as absentee parents. They are seen as neglectful despite the reality being far more complex. In contrast, people like Elon Musk, who have made public claims about their commitment to their children while being largely absent from their day-to-day lives, continues to receive a pass due to their wealth and their status. Elon may be a present financial provider, but money can never substitute for emotional availability, guidance, or genuine involvement in a child's life. The media, by excusing or downplaying Elon's absence as a father, perpetuates a very dangerous narrative that equates wealth with the ability to be a good parent. No amount of money or fame can erase the emotional toll that a child may experience when their father is physically or emotionally absent. The children of men like Elon Musk may grow up with the privilege of wealth, but they may also carry with them the scars of abandonment and neglect with potential long-term psychological effects. The double standard is clear. The double standard is very clear. When wealthy white men like Elon Musk fail as fathers, their actions are minimalized or ignored, while men from marginalized communities are harshly judged for similar behavior. The inequality in how society judges parental responsibility just exposes a broader issue of racial and class-based bias, where the failures of the privileged are overlooked while the failures of others are magnified. Ultimately, this double standard does more harm than good, perpetuating a system that allows the rich and the powerful to escape the consequences of their actions while continuing to stigmatize and scapegoat those without privilege. Elon Musk's personal life just stands in stark contradiction to the values that he publicly champions. While he positions himself as a visionary leader that's advocating for family values, his actions, they suggest otherwise. Instead of creating this stable traditional family that he promotes, Elon has contributed to the normalization of broken homes, all while cloaking his behavior under the guise of being an eccentric genius. His hypocrisy is undeniable, whether it is conservative political affiliations or his neglectful approach to fatherhood. The contradictions are impossible to ignore. Yet, despite this, society continues to overlook or excuse his shortcomings, often because of his immense wealth and public status. Elon's father, Errol Musk, just takes these dysfunctions to even more grotesque levels. Errol's predatory relationship with his stepdaughter Jana, which resulted to the birth of 2 children, is nothing short of horrifying. The manipulation and betrayal in these situations are beyond the pale, but again, both Elon and Errol, they continue to move through the world largely unchallenged. Their wealth and power seems to shield them from the full scrutiny and condemnations that others might face for similar moral failures. Both men, they benefit from the leniency typically afforded to wealthy white men, allowing them to avoid the severe consequences that would befall people from less privileged backgrounds. This ongoing double standards just serves as a reminder of how deeply embedded privilege is in our society, where the actions of the powerful and influential are often minimized or excused. The public's willingness to overlook Elon Musk and Errol Musk's behavior just reflects a broader issue of systemic inequality, where the wealthy are given a pass no matter how harmful their actions may be. When it comes to Elon and Errol, I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Disgusting nonsense. That brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this, kindly like, share, subscribe if you care. I have work soon, so I need to go and shower, wash my face, because I don't do makeup to work. Like, I can't be asked. Like, I work long hours. But yeah, that being said, thank you guys so much, and please share this video with your friends. It really means the world to me. Until next time, bye.